live stream. What a privilege, what an honor it is to come before you. It is 5:25 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope you guys are doing well. Those of you that had some snow, hopefully you've had some snow removal services or something. We had a lot of snow over here. It's pretty crazy. I've never considered a warmer climate, but I think I will be considering a warmer climate now. Super excited to come your way. There was a topic that I've been thinking about, something that I believe that most of my viewers will relate to, and I can't wait for us to get into it. So I want to start by saying that when two people, right, assuming they do things the right way, when two people get married, we're not there with them. By the evidence that they had sex is when we see the lady with a belly. We're not there with them when the action takes place. We don't know at what instant, at what time, at what day, at what date, what the weather was like, where they did it. We don't know what they did, right? But the evidence that some activity, some sexual activity happened is months later when we see the lady with a belly. And then, of course, her face puffs up, right? And so there are changes in the body type, in the face. There are changes. I want to start by saying that the fact that you're going through difficult situations and nothing seems to work for you doesn't mean that nothing is working. Trust the process. Every great thing in life takes time. Every great thing in life takes time. And sometimes we are wired to think and have this belief system that as soon as we attempt to do something good, we should have immediate results. And for the Christians, the believers that are watching this, I want you to know that we are in control of when we pray, what time we pray, how long we pray, the intensity of our prayer, the faith that we apply when we pray. We're in control of all of that. What we're not in control of is when God answers that prayer. You can pray as many times as you want. You can pray when you feel like or at any time. You can pray consistently, but you are not in control of when God answers that prayer. Only God chooses that, right? In the animal kingdom, there's something called brumation. Brumation, brumation. And what brumation is simply, it is a survival strategy that these cold-blooded animals apply in the winter period. Typically for about 3 to 5 months, they stay in hiding. It's a survival strategy, right? We don't see them. And what this is because they're regulating their body temperature to that of the environment they're in. Right? Instead of internal regulation, their body temperature is being regulated to what's external, right? And what's external isn't necessarily their favorable condition, right? So you see these crocodiles, these snakes, they're in hiding, basically, right? Regulating your body to match that of the environment. And then as soon as that brumation period is over, they come out. The fact that we don't see them doesn't mean they're not there. The fact that we don't see them around doesn't mean they don't exist. They're there, but they're in hiding. Why are they in hiding? Because of brumation, because they're applying a survival strategy so that they can stay alive longer. The winter period is not a favorable time period for them. And so because the winter period is not a favorable time period for them, they have to go through a survival strategy so that they can live longer. In your personal journey, you will go through a season where you will have to apply certain survival strategies so that you can outlast whatever situation you're dealing with. Very simple concept, very simple. You will go through, and life isn't seasons, right? Life is in seasons. You have great seasons, you have good seasons, you have bad seasons, you have whatever seasons, right? So life is in seasons. And so in your brumation season, Your brumation season is basically you're going to apply certain strategies that are going to help you survive and overcome that difficult situation or that difficult season you're in. If you can go through that season, if you can grind out that season, if your faith remains unshattered, you will survive and you will thrive. You will move from survival mode and you begin to thrive. The problem is a lot of us do not trust the process. A lot of us want things quick. A lot of us want things immediately. You want things fast. And anything that comes fast, it won't last long. It can't stand the test of time, right? If you want something to mean anything to you, you have to work for it, right? You have to earn it so that it has value and it can live. But if you get everything handed to you immediately, that's not good. How do I know this, right? This is a weird example, but look at the lives of some of the people we've known from childhood, right? Some of our childhood actors and heroes and some of the people that we used to admire, we'd watch their movies, and we see all these things that they have access to, right? And a part of you wish that you were that person. Look at how their lives turned out. Look at how they ended up living. A lot of them don't have great lives. A lot of them are messed up. Like you see them, there's one specific guy I want to mention his name. I'm so tempted to mention his name, but I'm not going to do that. I won't mention his name. But, they come out of, this movie acting and all of that, and they don't have great lives because when things are just easily handed over to you, right, it can destroy you. Freedom can destroy you. This is my personal theory, right? Freedom is free, but freedom is expensive. Freedom comes with a cost. Freedom comes with a cost. If you have so much access to something, if you're just left alone to do whatever you want to do, that is a dangerous life. And I hope that people don't live like that. Someone said this, Crown. Thank you so much, Hawk Edits. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Freedom is expensive. Freedom is expensive. Go through that survival season. Go through that survival season. Why? Because everything that you need in order to succeed, everything that you need in order to experience growth and development and, all that good stuff, you will learn that in the survival season. You will learn that in your brumation season. Brumation. What's brumation again? Brumation is the survival strategy that cold-blooded animals use to survive periods of time that their bodies aren't necessarily designed for. So they go into hiding. They don't even eat that much. Those animals just pretty much just drink water and all that good stuff, right? They're not even eating as much as they typically do. And it's because it's a survival strategy that you're building for the weather that you're actually designed for. And you are going to go through a brumation season. You're going to go through a season where things aren't really working the way you'd want it to work, and you have to regulate. You have to adapt. There needs to be a change of attitude, a change of perspective, and something has to change. And when that thing changes, you learn the principles and the ideologies that you need to actually maintain the new success that you would achieve. Monica says hi. Hi, Monica. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. Welcome and subscribe. Welcome and subscribe to the channel, right? And so I want you to know that anything of value we have to work for, except love. Love is the only thing that you don't have to work for. If you're working for love, then it's not love, right? If you're talking to someone, if you have a romantic interest with someone and you have to qualify yourself to them in order to feel like you're worthy and deserving of love, then it's not love. That's not love. That's not love, right? That's not love. Love is freely given. The reason why I know this is because we can look at Jesus as the ultimate blueprint. Jesus came down. God so loved the world that he gave his only son, right? So Jesus was a gift. Jesus was the greatest gift of love given to humanity, given to mankind. And that was a free gift. God freely gave us his son. And so if you're in a romantic relationship, that is the standard. The standard is love is freely given, love is willingly received. It's not transactional. So I did go off course a little bit. I like to talk about relationships, but I'm just saying that if you have to earn love, then it's not, no. Mm-mm. Hawk Edit says I liked and subscribed. Thank you, Hawk Edits. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Monica, as well. Monica Chesney, Monica McChesney. Is that your name? That's an interesting name. Anyways, I want you all to know that life is difficult. Life is in seasons, but if you can grind out the tough seasons, you will survive and you will thrive. I want you all to do well. You're all capable. You're all knowledgeable. You're all smart, but I want you to know it's not going to be a smooth sailing road. It's not going to be a trust your process, right? And while I speak on trust the process, I need you to know that everybody's life is unique. Some people are born with tragedies, some people are born with privileges. All of that is unique to your own story, right? So fall in love with your own journey and find out the things that you need to do to succeed, the things that you need to do to thrive, the things that you need to do to get ahead, right? Someone's brumation season is different from another person's brumation season, right? You might go through a season where you're losing all your loved ones and your friends, and there's nothing feels like it's happening. And another person might start something and they just need to strategize. They just need to walk away from relationships and just focus on that thing. But I want you to know, the fact that we don't see what you're doing doesn't mean that you're not doing anything, right? The fact that you're working so hard and nobody notices you and nobody sees what you're doing doesn't mean that you're not doing anything, right? Right? Life is in seasons. So certain people might have immediate results to certain things, and your season might take some time. But it doesn't mean that you're not on your journey. It doesn't mean that you're not coming. Right? My brother might get his blessing. My brother might get his blessing before me. And it doesn't mean that because my brother got his blessing, I'm not going to get my blessing. I'm going to get mine. Let him eat. He can eat. I'll eat too. Right? I'll eat too. But fall in love with your journey and don't look at people, right? There is no standard. Don't look at people. Don't look at what people are doing. Don't compare yourself. Don't make that mistake, right? Put so much emphasis in your journey, in your brumation. Learn your survival tactics, right? Because everything that comes with that process is what gives you the grace to maintain the position that you're in, right? Greatness doesn't happen overnight. The highlight of greatness is what we see. We see the highlight of greatness overnight. We see that and it's normal, but greatness doesn't happen overnight. And for those of you that are watching this, if you guys are into sports, right? Sports is something that a lot of us can relate to. You see these NBA players, you see these soccer players, they do phenomenal things on the field. And it didn't happen over there. There's been years of practice. There's been years of brumation, going through seasons where they're seeing their loved ones for a few minutes or a couple of days a week, and it's back to the grind, right? Everybody has a different season that is going to require a tremendous level of sacrifice, tremendous level of adjusting, right? These animals, these cold-blooded animals go through seasons where they don't eat as much as they typically do. But it's a survival strategy, right? They survive for 3 to 5 months, and then they can go live lavish. They can go live wild for the next couple of months. They can go do whatever. They can go bite some human beings. They can go do whatever they want to do. But there's a survival period, 3 to 5 months typically, where they strategize, where they eat less, they drink more water, right? And they're regulating their body to the outside environment, not internally, but outside. So they're adjusting to the pressure outside. So you're adjusting, right? In your personal journey, you're adjusting to the challenges that are outside, the challenges, the extreme circumstances that you typically don't even face. You're adapting, you're learning new things about yourself, you're improving, you're growing. That is your brumation season. And if you trust that process, if you go through that process successfully, you will come out a different being. You will come out a beast, and you will do great. Petty Tail Shorts. That's a very interesting YouTube name. But hello and welcome to the channel. Hello. That's a very interesting name, by the way. That name took me by surprise. That name took me by surprise. But back to what I was saying. Trust the process. I don't want you to skip any stages. I don't want you to skip any steps. And what happens when you skip a stage, what happens when you skip a process is that you get to a certain position and the tools and the principles and ideals and ideologies that you need to stay in that position, you don't have those things. You lack those things. You lack those principles. You lack the discipline. You lack the discipleship because you didn't go through the process. You escaped prematurely. This is a sensitive subject, but we call babies that don't go through the full term premature. Because even in pregnancy, there's a certain number of weeks a baby needs to go through. So don't escape prematurely. Stay in, go through the difficult seasons. Let the difficult seasons mold you, right? Some of us are dealing with pride, and the difficult seasons need to mold us. The difficult seasons need to prune us, right? Some of you are too self-centered, and you have to go through a season where some of the people that you may care about will leave you, right? And now you have to start making sacrifices for other people. All of us have to go through certain seasons, certain difficult seasons that change and force us to consider new ideals and perspectives. Travis says, hi. How are you, Travis? I don't know what you're talking about, but how are you? And welcome to the channel. Make sure you subscribe. All of us go through difficult seasons and different seasons that change everything that we know about the world. They prune us of pride, prune us of so many things. And we are forced to change in those seasons, right? And if life is giving you an opportunity to change, if life is bringing change towards your doorstep and is saying, brother, you need to change, sister, you need to change, and you don't take that opportunity, I have bad news for you. Rivals Buddy, that's an interesting YouTube name. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you subscribe. If life is pushing difficult situations towards you and is saying, you need to change, you need to readjust. There's something about this that you need to go through. If life is putting that at your doorstep, please embrace that and go make some changes, right? Go make some changes. You are on your individual journey. Life is going to be so great. Life is going to be beautiful for you. The journey ahead is so great, but there are things that you have to go through. All of us can't have the same result, and all of us can't experience the same thing. Our journeys are all different. Some people are going to travel overseas to do certain things. Some people are going to stay in their home country and do certain things. Everybody's journey is different, right? But trust your process. Look at what challenges life is throwing your way and see what you can learn from those things. See what principles and ideals you can learn from those things. And enjoy it. Live. Strategize and live. A lot of people are not living. Someone says, name a car for an edit. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. I like cars, and I would answer that, but that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. So go through the difficult seasons. See what life is throwing at you and be molded by those things, right? Learn those ideals and principles that you can use in your journey. Very simple. Trust the process and trust your process. Your process is unique and individual to you. So don't look at what other people are doing. Don't look at how other people are winning. Social media is not even real, right? Social media is not even real. People put highlights on there. People put their best stuff on there. People don't put what they're actually experiencing or going through. Now, as a matter of fact, there's a Twitter guy, not a Twitter guy, but a Twitch guy, streamer, who recently got his wig snatched online. I saw. I don't know if you guys saw that, but he got his wig snatched online or something like that. Pretty interesting. So social media is not real. So focus on your own individual journey. Trust your process. Cash P says hi. Hi, Cash P's. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you subscribe. Trust your process. Your journey is beautiful. Your journey is going to be great. Don't let the present circumstances make you feel like you're not achieving anything. The reason why you need to trust your process and go through that process gracefully without complaining and being angry and mad at life and mad at God, bitter at God that why you're going through all these difficult situations, is because everything that you need to experience in that next chapter of your life, you have to go through the process so that you have the tools and principles to stay in that position, right? If I jump a certain stage and I need to go through a couple of Marriott hotels before I get to Ritz-Carlton, right? Or else if I go to the top of the top hotel, I'm not even going to know how to use some of the basic functions in the hotel. You go to certain places and you don't even know how to turn the tap on, right? There's a knob, there's a sensor, there's something, and like you're struggling, like you're just quiet and you're just looking and you're trying to make sure nobody sees what you're doing. Is because you're not used to that area, you're not used to that environment. That's new to you. Someone says I subscribe. Thank you for subscribing. Right? All of that experience is new to you. And it's such a relatable experience. You've been to places where you try to do something and you realize, this is odd. I'm not sure this is how they do things over here. I'm not ready for this. This experience is new. I don't typically deal with situations like this. Everybody goes through situations like that, right? And what happens if you don't go through the process is you can jump certain steps and go take things, go take things that you're not ready for. And when you go for those things that you're not ready for, you won't be able to maintain those things, right? Those things will end up being a burden to you than a blessing. If you go through the process, then every good thing you want out of life, when it comes your way, it becomes a blessing. It becomes an addition to your life, not a burden, right? Don't go for a car that you haven't built capacity for. Don't go for a car that you haven't worked your way towards, right? There are people that drive cars and the cars are more than the money they have in your bank account. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're going on fancy vacations, right? And you come back and you're in debt. What are you doing? Relax. What are you doing? Who are you trying to compete with? Who are you trying to flex on? We don't care. A couple of hearts, couple of likes, couple of shares. We'll sleep and 24 hours later we'll forget about it. We'll sleep and forget about it. Yeah, we might envy you. We might jealous you for a little bit, but we'll sleep and we'll forget about it. We don't care. We don't care, brother. We don't care. Chill. Go through your own journey. Relax. Relax. Life is going to be great for you. There is so much light at the end of the tunnel. Am I welcome here? I am you need to chill. I'm not gonna read all the stuff that you wrote on here, but that's kind of crazy. You need to chill. Stop trolling. Please be respectful, okay? I don't want to take you off this live stream. Just be respectful. Anyway, go through your process. Relax. Don't focus on what people are doing. Someone says you said I feel offended. All right, whatever. Get off this live stream. Then I don't care. Go through your process. Embrace the change. Embrace the difficult situations that life throws at you, and level up. Simple. You can do it. You can do it. It's a message of change. It's a timely message. It speaks to the things that we deal with on a daily basis. You might have a difficult situation at work. Cool. These are the cards that life has dealt with you right now. What are you going to do? Be molded by that. Learn how to deal with difficult people. And while I'm actually on this, I want to say something. I'm going to do a live stream on this tomorrow, but I do want to say every individual needs to kill that need to be liked. There's a sickness that people have, which is they want to go wherever they go, they want to be liked by people. Wanting to be liked by everyone is going to put you in very difficult situations. You're going to be forced to compromise. You're going to be forced to do things that you don't want to do. Please be a kind human being. Be a kind person. Be someone that people, can say you're kind. But the whole idea of wanting to be liked by everyone, kill that. Kill that desire, or else you're not going to grow. So, Diddy, what are you doing here? Come on, behave yourself. You're here again. Behave yourself. Stop being messy. I don't like that. I don't want to take you off my live stream. Stop doing that. Yes, good. Cash says, "Do you like anybody and everybody?" Um, no. Be a kind human being, right? Be a kind human being. A kind human being is a principled human being. A kind human being is somebody that treats someone fair, right? That is a kind human being. But don't have this desire that you need to people please and you need to do things so that people like you. No. If you're working at an organization or whatever, do the things that are required of you, right? Do the things that are commanded of you and go above and beyond when you can. But your goal is not to be liked by everyone. Certain people are not even going to like you when you take your job seriously because it makes them feel insecure. They feel like you're in competition with them. That is how people think. This is the nature of the world we live in. You can't do anything right to someone, to everyone, right? And so that is why I'm telling you, kill that need to be liked. That desire, that validation that comes with people pleasing, kill that. The earlier you kill that, the better for you. Cash P says you make me feel better. Thank you, Cash. Thank you, Cash. You took the message back. It's fine. It's fine. That's hilarious. But kill that desire. And please, please, people, please focus on your own journey. Trust your process. Have hope and faith that the path you're on, God has designed something great for you. And go through the difficult challenges, go through the seasons that life throws at you. Don't escape it. Don't look for a remedy. Don't go looking for a stress reliever, something to take away the. No, 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 no. Go through that difficult situation, right? Certain people, when they're going through the process and there's so much stress and they feel like they're losing, they go to bad habits, right? Some people run to porn, some people run to lust, some people run to the arms of people, women, men, vaping, smoking, all of that. Just trust God and go through that process, go through that difficult situation, and come out a refined human being, come out a refined individual, right? You can do it. It's possible. It's difficult, but it is totally worth it, and you are more than capable. Someone says, the Space Hamster Family says, what an interesting. I've seen some pretty interesting names today. Someone says, "Are you a Christian?" Yes, I am a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. Make sure you go subscribe, by the way. But I love you guys. I would keep going. I have so much fire in me. I have so much content in me. I would keep going. But I want to let you guys be. And we will talk again sometime tomorrow. I'm not giving you a time, but I'll come do a live stream and I'll have a conversation with you all again. But if you don't remember anything from this live stream, you will remember something. Brumation. Everyone will go through a season, a survival season. You're going to adjust. You might have to cut down on spending habits. You might have to learn something new. But everyone is going to go through a season that requires change. Life will bring certain seasons our way that force us to change. And when that season comes, please embrace that. No matter how scary it looks, embrace that change and go do something great with your destiny. Life is just a game where you have to have strategy. Yes, Cash. Very good point. Life is a game that you need to have strategy for. And difficult situations will come your way, and you'll have to strategize. You'll have to do certain things that you don't normally do so that you can win. Yes, I end with that. You will win. I love you all. Yes, Jesus loves you all, and I will see you all on the next live stream. Thank you.